Good morning, survivors. Welcome back to another episode and a new series of The Long Dark. Don't worry, I am still working through the Wintermute playthrough, and we are still trying to survive the miserable game on Misery difficulty. But being as how I just got this new computer, I have felt the urge to play something a little bit new. Now, confession time. This will not be the first time I've tried to do anything with this difficulty, as it's a custom difficulty. I think I'm up to 8, maybe 9 attempts at starting it over the last few days. Mainly because I had to dial in the rules as best as I could, and looking online, researching, talking in forums and Reddits, I could not get the answer I needed until I finally started researching and testing it myself in game. And I'm talking about a custom Gunloper run. So here's the basic premise. We will have everything Interloper. The weather will be that harsh. The predators will actually be harder because since I'm getting guns, I believe the predator spawn rate should be harder. So wolves, timber wolves, bears, they will all be set to very high. The cougar, moose, and deer and rabbits will be set to as they are on Interloper. Now, when it comes to the guns, only the unique variants will be used. So that means the Vaughn's rifle, Barb's rifle, and Curator's rifle can be used. The Firestriker revolver, Hunter's revolver, and Warden's revolver, they can be used. The Woodwright's bow, Sport bow, and the new Bushcraft bow can be used. Now, I'm pretty sure the Bushcraft bow is available on the standard Interloper difficulty anyways, but just in case, I'm making that distinction here. Any standard rifle or revolver or bow that is found in the wild will not be used. They will be ignored, maybe picked up and stored for some kind of a museum type project, but that's besides the point. To do this, I have done an absolute boatload of testing. But to do this, I have had to do several testings. First things first, we come to custom. We set it to Interloper, and we move it forward. My research before I started testing it myself told me that turning rifle availability on would guarantee the spawn of rifles and revolvers here. Don't ask me why revolver availability is already turned on when it comes to the Interloper moving to custom settings. That's a weird bug. But my online research showed me that loose item availability, setting that to medium, would guarantee the spawns of the custom or the unique weapon variants. After more than a half dozen starts and tests, checking Coastal Highway for Barb's rifle, the Winding River and the Carter Hydro Dam for the Vaughn's rifle, they were never there, not once. I would have been happy if it was just a low chance, but it was not there. I did a little bit more research and found out that the unique variants, are actually tied to the baseline resource availability. And just to read this to you, modifies the base availability of spawnable resources, including gear items, sets a baseline level of challenge which can be modified using more granular settings. Note, when set to low, certain items not allowed on the Interloper experience mode will not spawn, such as hatchets or knives. The presence of rifles in the world is not affected by this setting. Reading that means you would swear adjusting this would not adjust or affect the spawn rates of the unique weapon variants. That's wrong. It's misleading. So that's the problem. I left this at low and turned loose item availability to medium, and over a half dozen tries and starts could not find any of the unique weapon variants. I did find a standard revolver, but I did not find any unique weapon variants. I did several testing when I turned this simply to medium, and I found the unique weapons, Barb's rifle and Vaughn's rifle, every time. Now, the downside to doing this, when I do this, there is a very strong chance I am going to start finding the manufactured knives and hatchets. I'm going to have to self-police against using those items. So should I find any items that are not standard and unique to Interloper, they will not be used. So should I start finding regular knives, hatchets, leave them alone. The other bit of self-policing I have to do is the clothing, because there is a strong chance with the baseline resource availability, or BRA, set to medium, I'm going to get things such as expedition parkas, snow pants, the wool long johns, the mucklucks, all of these things. Those are not standard or available on Interloper. So should I come across them, I will be ignoring them and putting this on screen. If I find balaclava, fleece cowl, or long wool scarves, they're not used. Torso, expedition parka, flight jacket, mariner's pea coat, military coat, old-fashioned parka, tactical jacket, urban parka, no. Sweaters, Kowichan sweater, fisherman sweater, thick wool sweater, and wool shirt, no. Gloves, gauntlets, ski gloves, or wool mittens, no. Wool long johns, climbing socks, no. Insulated boots, mucklucks, or ski boots, no. There is one exception to this. The Security Chief's rifle holster, I will use that since I am playing a custom Gunloper mode. There's a lot of food on here that I'm not going to be using, such as the airline food, condensed milk, energy bars, energy drinks, MREs, orange soda, peanut butter, and Stacy's grape soda, no. So I am having to self-police this an awful lot. Most likely. I hadn't played through it long term enough to know if those items will indeed spawn. Now, as I said, we're going to turn this to medium. The rest is set to Interloper style difficulty. Coming down here, loose item availability, we are turning that to low, because I found leaving it on low actually still allowed the unique weapon variants to spawn. All the other stuff here, empty chance, that's going to be left low. Starting gear, low. Rifle availability, yes. Revolver, yes. Wildlife spawns. On Interloper, the cougar is high. But on Stalker, wolf and timberwolf are actually very high, as is the bear. Since we get guns that will make this easier, we're going to turn up the predators to make it harder again. Confirm. We are going to start in lower Great Bear. Now, there has been a bug I've noticed. When I go in here and I hit random spawn, it still sometimes spawns me in the far territories, which is really, really weird. So what we are going to do is, if it spawns me in the far territories, I am restarting this whole thing until I spawn somewhere in lower Great Bear. Okay? Now, when I did my custom testing, I intentionally kept spawning in Mystery Lake and Coastal Highway, because those are the easiest places to check for Vaughn's rifle in Mystery Lake and Barb's rifle in Coastal Highway. But for now, we're going to do random region. We're going to be Will, because I prefer to be Will. Now, on Interloper, I am allowed 2 feats. I am picking Settled Mind, because I absolutely hate cabin fever. It's ridiculous. It's that cold. I shouldn't get that nervous and have that much anxiety and need to go out in -30-degree weather. Then we are going to go for Cold Fusion, I'm going to deal with the temperature that Interloper will bring me. I want these extra 2-degree bonuses. Confirm. We will have the trader. He'll show up eventually, and he should, since we do have the rifles on and we do have the baseline resource availability turned up, he should still give us access to the bunker rifle. This will be Gunloper. Except a mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? I went into the woods because I wished to live deliberately, confront only the essential facts of life, and see if I could not learn on what it had to teach, and not when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I will read the rest of that by Henry David Thoreau. Okay, happy day. It is night, but we are in Mystery Lake. Okay, we're heading to Trappers. Because, one, I believe there are guaranteed matches at Trappers. I'm going to sprint the whole way there so I can tire myself out. But spawning at night, never my favorite thing to do. So, confession, welcome to attempt number 10 of Gunloper. The first 9 attempts have not all gone my way. In my defense, the first 3 or 4 were me finding out that the rifle availability, or more specifically the unique weapon availability, are tied to the baseline resource, not the loose items. Which is weird. I would, common sense would dictate if you turn on rifle and revolver or one or the other, that also turns on the unique spawning of the unique variant spawning in those. I mean, that would make sense to a normal human being, but apparently Hinterland had different ideas, so that's okay. We're going to work with this. However, this does mean that some of the upgraded clothing is going to be spawning. We're going to find it, and I'm going to have to police myself and not use it. So the list of things I can use. For my head, the wool toque, the wool scarf, the cotton toque, the cotton scarf, and the baseball cap. Basically, that rules out the long wool scarf and the balaclava. Now, I will allow the technical balaclava at the end of the Far Territories storyline. It's 5, I'm good. No coal on the way over here, that's kind of odd. Oh, here's a piece. Now, sweaters. Thin wool sweater, sweatshirt, hoodie, dress shirt, t-shirt, plaid shirt. Basics. No thick sweater, no capuchon sweater. Now, the festive sweater that was made part of the holiday refresher update not long ago, I could use those because those are the same as the thin wool sweater. And I've seen vanilla Interloper runs where those will spawn. Even runs that have been going on for a long time, like long-term runs. Pants. Combat pants, jeans. No cargo pants, no snow pants, nothing like that. Then there's the underwear. The only underwear I can use is the regular thermal underwear. If I find wool long johns, I cannot use them. Now, I have seen some vanilla runs where the wool long johns, the red ones, did spawn. Sometimes I've had some people say they will spawn, they're just incredibly rare. And then some people tell me it's a bug. I'm going to treat it as if it's a bug. So far I've got lucky. We have a crystal clear sky. I'd appreciate it a lot more if it weren't for the fact I'm about to freeze to death here. So we're going to hop into Trappers in the dead of night when it is dark as heck and hope we can find some stuff. No pry bar, so I can't do that. I cannot use cardboard matches, because those are not an item you find on Interloper. I can use a can opener. And a tin of sardines. Let's see here. Anything else? I can use the weapons, like I said. Gloves, driving gloves, fleece mittens, and work gloves. Those are the only gloves that I can find and use. Let's see. I swear there are supposed to be matches here. There's also typically a metal box underneath there. Got a backpack here. What are we going to find? Anything? Nothing. A lot of nothing. Firearm cleaning kit. That's nice. Okay, let's crack his safe. What do we got here? 45-ish. What do we got? 45? 46? 46? Like 25. Let's see. Got 46, not 41. 27. Last number. What are we going to get? Come on. Oh, 57. So we have 46, 27, 57.
Wonder if this is any good to eat.
There we go. Now, as far as some of the food, sadly, I do not have all of the food spawns memorized. Or the list of the food items that is actually available.
Can't feel my hands.
So, I don't know. I do know MREs are not available. As far as jackets go now, the light shell, the windbreaker, the simple parka, the ski jacket, the sport vest, and the down vest. All of those are available that I can find. This means no expedition parkas, no old-fashioned parkas, basically the super coats that are warmer than a bear coat. Okay, now we're heading this way. My goal, I'm going to Pensive Pond. Did I get a wolf? Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh.
I'll die if I don't warm up soon.
I'll die if I don't get away from these wolves. Oh, my goodness. And then there is the boots. Work boots, trail boots, running shoes, leather shoes, combat boots. No mucklucks, no insulated boots or anything like that. Seem to be far enough away that I can walk. I don't often take this path over to Pensive Pond, but I think I'm getting close because there's a bunny. Or not unnamed. This is unnamed. Oh, I saw that thing move and I thought it was a wolf. Well, the wolves are gonna. He got distracted. Now, is the bear around over here? Unnamed Pond. There he is. Don't mind me, Mr. Bear. I'm just a guy trying to not die. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. We are going to make our way over here, away from Mr. Bear. And then accessories, the wool air wrap. Now anything that can be crafted, we're good. Because those are all done in Interloper anyways. So we're going over to this cabin. I have some food and I'm tempted to sleep through the night. And tank that little bit of hydration damage I would take. Let's see here. There is sometimes something in there. No. Because the sad thing is I can't see a thing. I am literally blind. I cannot see a thing in here. So, what do we do here? Let's do this. Let's eat a cattail. I doubt it's not going to sleep for 10 hours. I already know that. Okay. We are getting to the early morning, and of course it's even worse weather. So let's do this. Let's make this. Make 2 of them. And I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. I'm starting to think my best bet. I need to make it to the dam. Because at least in there, I know I can find water. So I believe I'm going to make a beeline for the dam. Which will not be easy because it is getting really bad weather. Visibility is very bad. I really don't have any way to avoid predators other than trying to avoid them. But I'm going through Clearcut where there is a high chance of another bear. Thank goodness the cougar hasn't spawned yet, otherwise I'd be toast. So we went over the items that I could find. There are going to be some exceptions to these, and it mostly has to do with Tales of the Far Territory. The Security Chief's rifle holster. Since we're using unique weapon variants, it makes sense to turn that on. Okay, I don't see the bear. Honestly, if I did, I don't know if I'd be able to tell. The Woman's Tool Belt, which I believe is available on Interloper anyways, as is the Tactical Gloves. I think I just turned myself around. No, maybe not. Yes, I did. Where in the heck am I? Okay, here we go. There. Okay, whew. Finally found the road. Now, I know the security chief rifle
I need to
holster
find some place to escape
is not
this
available,
cold.
but the foreman's tool belt and the tactical gloves are available on Interloper. I've seen Zach Nafeen in his million-day run on Interloper find them and use them. There's a deer. Okay, I can handle deer. Now, the
Freezing.
technical balaclava that I will find in the Tales of the Far Territory, I'm not 100% certain if it is actually found on Interloper. However, I'm going to act as if it is. It is a allowed
I
item.
need snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
I hear a wolf munching on something. Oh my, it's dark. I'm going to let him enjoy his dinner over there. He nailed a deer or a rabbit or a something. I don't care. I want in these trailers over here. I may sleep for a couple hours just to warm up. And bring some much needed daylight to the mix. Logging camp. That's what this place is called. I always forgot that. Okay, anything? I'd love a bottle of water. Oh, I'll take it. At least now I can warm up my head. Oh, old bedroll. That was a rude trick. See anything in the backpack? No, nothing. Okay, we're going to sleep for 3 hours. I'm going to take some dehydration damage, but it is what it is. So it looks like we're going to do better, maybe. It's at least daylight now, I can see. I'm going to end up taking dehydration damage on the way to the dam, but that is just going to have to be. Anything? No. Let's eat up our candy bar. We're going to journal. Crashed in Mystery Lake. Not finding anything useful. I found some scraps of food, but no water. Still no way to start a fire. Why didn't I learn how to rub sticks together to make fire?
Tongue feels like sandpaper.
Okay. So let's check these. Now that it's daylight, I can at least see. I believe I do have a can. Okay, we have an unfortunate soul. Another firearm clinic, great. But when I find a gun, it'll be a phenomenal thing. Can I borrow your coat? Apparently I can't. Got a flashlight, yay. So when there's an aurora, I could use it. That'll work. Great. Anything else? Nothing. Okay, we're out of here. Okay, usually there's a pot over here, but there is not today. Not too worried. I have a can, so I can make water from that. got some firewood, but not any good if I can't start the fire. A pair of gloves would be great. I need that. That'd be desperate because right now, the only thing I need gloves. Nothing. Some more firewood here. I cannot use cargo pants. Cargo pants are not on the list. Yeah, I even started looking at mods that would allow me a little bit more control over what does and does not spawn. And it just looked like it wouldn't have been worth it because I have the game on Steam. Using mods, I would have had to download and work with a custom mod loader, which when the game updates doesn't always work. Y'all know how it is. And I don't like playing modded games. I mean, I understand some mods that are simply done for cinematic reasons, and those make sense. But beyond that, no. Okay, so around here is the train unloading area, then just a little past that's the dam. A couple things I'll need. One, I need a light source. Hopefully I could find a flare, and it is getting foggy as heck. A flare, a lantern, a something. Okay, we're going to check inside this train car. Sometimes there could be something in it, not often. But after this, we are beelining it towards the dam area. Nothing. Revolver ammo. Great. When I find one of the unique revolvers, I can use that. Honestly, I'd take rifle ammo because I know I'm going to find Vaughn's rifle over here. I don't know how much dehydration hurts you in the long run. I do know I didn't think it was that much, and then I went and slept for 10 hours, and I had about 2/3 of my condition, and I died. So I know it's not as little as I thought it once was. Oh crap, I know there's going to be a wolf up here. There almost always is when you cross this dang train bridge. Hopefully I could get lucky. Usually, I don't know if predators spawn in the fog. It would be great if they did not. Okay, we are going to be very careful here. Anything in here. I'm still getting cold, just not as fast. New cave has opened up in Milton, near the trapper's old place. Earthquake? Okay, that's about the cave going to Milton.
Wait.
We're good, Mackenzie. Gunsmithing. What do we got here? Nothing. Anything in here?
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Okay. Okay, anything here? There, those always bother me. Oh, wrong buttons. Anything? Nothing. Okay, check there. Nothing in there. Okay, so we got a whole lot of nothing. How am I doing on Tinder? Just to warm up, let's do this. Okay, we're going to make a beeline straight across. Hopefully we can find something. Oh my goodness. And nothing. Just needs gloves, mittens.
This will come
Better.
handy.
I mean, what am I wearing? I'm wearing these, so not the worst shoes. Need a pry bar. Okay, got some peaches. Okay. Oh, I did check that. To the dam. Beeline. Guess there is one advantage to having this little gear on. The weather may kill you, but you could sure sprint a heck of a lot longer. I mean, it's nice seeing this when the other option I've had was misery. Okay, no storm lantern here. So I know where a lot of the stuff is. I'll pick that. The downside is I do not have a whole lot of light. And I desperately need it. Okay, first things first. Where is it? I'll take it. There we go. Now I'm no longer going to take dehydration damage. This is good. Oh my. There was not a whole lot of water in these. Okay. Now, a couple lockers I could search. Anything in these boxes? Probably not. Anything? Is this fridge? Nothing there. Now, this, I think, is always here. I will take it. Do I have... I have enough to start a good fire and to get a torch or two. So we're going to do that, and we're going to loot the dam as much as we can right now.
Never felt so cold in my life.
That's okay, Mackenzie. We're going to warm up.
Come on.
See, I should just go to the dam from here on out. If I start in Mystery Lake, make a beeline for the dam, because you're going to find that Firestriker.
Fire's life out here.
So we're going to burn our piece of coal. There, we are now warming up. While we are doing this, oh, I have the can opener. I forgot I found that in Trappers. Okay, anything I could be making? Nah, I think I'm good. I don't think I need any more band-aids, do I? I probably could make a band-aid. And we are warming up nicely. Now we're going to really warm up. Nice hot peaches. Oh, hold up, I could back. I did not realize. Ooh, I can make birch bark tea. I don't. Yeah, I have not been getting the. Let's do another ½ liter of water in each. This will give us enough water to go for a while. Anything else to make? No. Nothing to repair. That'd take 48 minutes. Ooh, this 48 minutes. Okay, take a torch. I like that torch. That's a good torch. Alright, now we will be able to properly loot this dam. If I can get 5 solid torches, that'd be great. Oh my. Let's do one more. No, one more. There we go. Now we're good. Now we can loot the dam. It's getting later in the day, or later in the morning. It's early afternoon. Okay, whoa. I'm going to step out and come back in. Is that a bug? Just a visual bug? It is not. Okay, that was bothering me. Let's loot everything as best we can. I found a Firestriker, so now I'm no longer going to die of dehydration. I can start a fire and I can cook. Now, it's mostly going through here and trying to find, if I could find a storm lantern or a pair of gloves, that'd be great. I know I'll be finding Vaughn's rifle. My favorite of all the unique weapon variants is actually the Curator's rifle, but Vaughn's, I'm so familiar with where it is. It's one of the easiest to find. Let's see, nothing. I know I was just in here, but I was not able to properly loot anything. Okay, now, where I'm almost certain there will be a storm lantern. No. Christmas lights. That's my old torch. There's almost always a storm lantern up here at the top. And when I say almost always, I mean not now. How wonderful. Okay, we're going through here. There is, however, this water bottle. I doubt we find anything in any of these drawers, because unless you're on a stalker, these things are almost always empty. I'll probably find paper, but nothing else than that. So yeah, doing a good start so far. I'm gonna grab the book just for easy fire starting. I've been I've been scrambling to get this series started and more revolver ammo. How about the rifle ammo, guys? I've been scrambling to get this series started and out because tomorrow, as of this recording, I will be going in for my next jaw surgery, and I will probably not do any recording that involves talking for a while, because this is I want to say the last surgery, but I don't know if you count 2 weeks after that is when they're going to go in and make the teeth, put back in my lower jaw. So I will finally not look like my lower jaw is caved in. And I'll be able to properly eat, which would be amazing. I have missed being able to actually eat. I mean, I've kind of muddled through it, and I've learned how to chew with almost only my top teeth. But it will just be nice. Plus, I really don't like how my smile looks right now.
Stuff will come in handy.
I'll take that. That is a good one. That was a good find. I'm happy. If I find nothing else in this, whoa, in this dam between that and the Firestriker, this was a worthwhile trip. I'll find the rifle, so I was coming here anyways. Anything in any of this.
Someone's stash.
A can of pop, I'll take it. A little bit of beef jerky. Wood matches, let's go. So we are good. We got fire starting. Okay, so we've looted the upper area. Now to the middle where there is that safe. I don't expect to find much in it, but there will be that safe. I like how they've made the torches. They don't just go from full brightness to nothing when they go out. They slowly fade. Ooh, simple tools. That'll be good.
Could end up being useful.
Simple tools are always a good thing to have. So I'm thinking after we loot the dam and get Vaughn's rifle, we will make our way back the back way through Mystery Lake, loot the cabins, and then go to the camp office and start to set up shop. Anything in here? Oh, we have a rifle cart. There we go. Why is it I'm finding boxes of revolver ammo and only single rifle cartridges at a time? That's not right. A flare, yes. Anything? No. Okay, torch is good. I don't want to put the torch. Okay, it was like 15. $17. $30. $17. Let's get back to 30. Somewhere around here. 29. What's in here? Come on, come on, come on. Where you at? What is? Come on, where we at? Where we at? My torch is going out. Oh, whew, almost missed it.
I could use this.
Magland. So basically, fire starting heaven in the dam right now. Okay, there's this container. Really need to find a pry bar and a hacksaw. Because, yeah, after we get done and set up base in Mystery Lake, our next option would obviously be to a stem. Let's go. gonna let this torch burn out. Okay, we are jetting up to where I know Vaughn's rifle usually spawns. Man, it's pretty dang full. There we go. You know, I started to think that this mode was, the way I've set this up, was actually more difficult than Misery that I've been playing. And check that playthrough. Okay, it's not here. Another flare, I'll take it. So a little bit of light looting here to find until I go out to the other places. But yeah, I started to think this mode was getting to be more difficult than Misery, and then I realized what it is. On Misery, I am being so cautious and careful. It's ridiculous. Forbidden hatchet. Cannot use it. Cannot use that hatchet. That is a product of the baseline resources turned to media. I will find crafted hatchet or manufactured tools. So yeah, on Misery, another lantern, and it's even more full. Wow. I think that lantern is always there, though. But yeah, so in Misery, I'm playing it so careful. Like I said, check out that playlist. But it's also kind of a set path you're in, because you're always going to start in Pleasant Valley when you're in Misery. Okay, nothing, and I'll loot the rest on the way back. Vaughn's rifle is in one of 3 more places. It's either over here in these tubes, these pipes, in the room as I'm walking back, or it will be down there in a cave past all the wolves that I really don't want to deal with. But I do have a flare, so I have ways to keep them at bay. Now I'm feeling a little bit better about the start, about how I'm going. I'm still not as kitted up as I want to be. There will be a deer here. Okay, it is in neither of these pipes. Let's see here. Nope. Let me up. Okay. So it's either up in here, or I'm going to loop my way through the dam on the way back, and then come back out into Winding River and go down to that cave. It's here. There it is. Yes, let's go. Vaughn's rifle. A weathered 303 rifle covered in epoxy and duct tape. Its patchwork exterior hides an improved firing action. A handy tool when working various industrial sites and power stations that dot Great Bear Island. Fragile and deadly, just like its owner. Got a sewing kit. There's usually a pot around here. Okay, so we loot the dam on the way back. Make our way the back route over to the cabins. And start setting up shop at Mystery Lake Cabin. Camp office. I've got tools. rifle, I have storm lantern, I have means of starting fire. So far, not the worst start. Now, if I could make it all the way through the lake cabins and back to
Could
camp
end up
office,
being useful.
coffee is great. The only other thing, another wool tube. Yes, it's at 30% though. The only other thing I really wish I had right now is a bedroll. Which it's possible. There was one in camp office. I just didn't see it because it was black. No pry bar. A whetstone, I'll take it. What's coming on down here? Anything? Sometimes there's stuff over here. I may end up having to, let's get a drink. Let's drink that pop to fill up my calories too. There we go. Another flare. A little bit of lantern fuel, that's good. Okay, anything? Nothing. But it's going across Mystery Lake that usually winds up getting me killed because the wolves are just out in force over there. It's insane. Nothing. I am most likely going to find a knife over here that I will be ignoring. I played Stalker enough. I know where. Yep, I know where they practically all spawn. At least in Mystery Lake. It's my favorite region. It's centrally located. It's easy to get to anything. I can be at a forge in just one region over. It's got great fishing. The only downside is the moose spawn in Mystery Lake is so infrequent. Like, the only real reason I want to go to the actual Mystery Lake and take that back route is because I might have to do some fishing, and I'm hoping to find some more, late in the day, is it later? Okay. I'm hoping to find some more snacks and stuff, loose, light food items, in the lake cabins. So let's see here. Okay, so we are, I think, officially done with the dam. Let's take stock and a note. Okay, so I have this birch bark tea I made. I've got plenty of books. I got plenty of fire stuff. That's good. Maglens, Firestriker, and matches. Health, I do have a stim. Clothing, I'm doing better, but these two desperately need repaired. I got a little bit of food. Lights, I'm good here. I'm not going to worry about harvesting anything. I do have 3 rifle rounds. Okay. And then, yes, I'm doing okay. Not the greatest of starts. Oh, no, wrong button. Go to the rifle. We are loading this guy with all of 3 bullets. Hey. If I'm careful, I can do well. So, we are going to make our way over the back way down to Mystery Lake, and then over to I may end up heading straight to camp office. I don't know. How heavy am I? I'm already getting heavy. I'm getting tired. So let's just head straight to camp office. We can stop by that one train track on the way there. But I think that would be the best option. There's wolves everywhere. No moose down there. Which is usually in Mystery Lake, if I do find the moose, it's down there. I really don't want to hunt the wolves right now. But if I do, I would not be opposed to downing one, harvesting a pelt, and a couple a couple kilos of wolf meat. I know that'll give me the risk of intestinal parasites, but I'll just deal with it. Such a low percentage, I'm not too worried. It will make sure I stay fed. Now that's assuming I can down the wolf in one shot. Which usually when they're charging me, you can, unless you miss. I was thinking of heading over to the lake cabins or to the fishing huts to do fishing, but I don't have a tool to break open the ice. I'm hearing ptarmigans. Plus, with a little bit of good fortune, there will be ptarmigans right outside of the camp office. And I can get one of them at least, and then try to get another later up at the Forestry lookout tower. Which that may be the better option, is to head up to the Forestry lookout tower. Up there. Because I know there will be ptarmigans. I can get one. And then I would be able to have the improvised insulation. Okay, I got wolves right here. I'm going to try to not provoke them. I do not smell. Never mind. You know what? I'm out. I am not doing this. Yep. They're both gonna grr at me this whole time. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not messing with these wolves. I've learned way too many times how these things are beyond deadly. Need feathers, because I will be making the bow. It's good Lord only knows how rare ammunition is going to be.
So cold. Just want to lay down for
no go. That would be rather convenient if the bunker here in Mystery Lake was actually the hunter's bunker, as it would have the hunter's revolver in it, which is a loud weapon. Okay, I think it's decided. We are heading up to the Forestry lookout tower. We're going to take a little bit of cold damage.
I might have to drop some gear.
We got deer. I'm not seeing any rabbits, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, I see a rabbit. He will be hopping his happy little butt back. Okay, no predators, no wolves. That's good. But between the rabbit and the ptarmigan, that should be enough food.
I just need to close my eyes.
Put my stone back. Now I want my flare. So we got a rabbit, so we'll get a rabbit hide. Little snatching action will naturally do now. It's fine. Not worried about the deer. Okay, we are getting super tired.
Something's gotta go.
I know, Will. We're going to make it up here. We are a little smelly, but now we're going to make it up here. We'll be able to harvest this rabbit. That's the advantage of rabbits and ptarmigans. I don't need tools to harvest them. Oh, sorry, getting a drink. I'm recording this early in the morning because I don't have much time. Like I said, tomorrow, as of this recording, is my surgery. So the next time you, by the time episode 2 comes out, I will have had that surgery and may even have my teeth back. Okay, up the climb. We'll harvest this rabbit, cook it up, and probably, along with a ptarmigan, as long as I can get one, and then sleep through the night, next day, go back to camp office. And that will be a good start, a good first few days. We'd be on day 3. We wouldn't be to well-fed. We won't get to well-fed till day 4. Here are the ptarmigans. Sometimes, when I say sometimes, I mean dang all the time, there's a dang wolf around here. I hear him. Is he coming up or coming down? It sounded like he was coming from below. Would not be ideal if he was coming from up here. It is quite annoying how I would have to deal with a wolf right up here. Or how he's really going to follow me all the way up this mountain. That is insane. Okay, no wolves. I know I'm only going to get one ptarmigan at most, so that'll be good. There's one flying away. Can you stop moving, please? There. you're done. I got 4 feathers now. Whew. Be very, very quiet. I hunted Ptarmigans. Desperately needed that. That will help me get the improvised insulation. And I hear Wolfie. I don't care. I'm running until there. Now he cannot get me. Where is that wolf? It's crazy how those things will come all the way up. Yeah, let's get out of here. I am down to about 50% condition. I need to warm up.
I'm so tired.
Okay. More revolver ammo. A little bit of rifle ammo. Another set of simple tools. Got a candy bar there. Yum. Okay, so let's take the charcoal. Let's map this. It's the only place I know you can map from inside. Okay, I'd rather not burn a match. Let's just use this. We will get some water going. And then we will start harvesting the meat, and then we'll work on hides. Okay, add some fuel. There. There. Water. Hold up, what can I cook? Oh. Nah, let's just do water. Okay, so. Rabbit meat. By hand, 25 minutes. We will drink this up and we'll throw the meat down on this. We're 7:19, we are good. Let's get the ptarmigan meat now. We've got 36 minutes till this is harvested, and nope.
I can eat a horse.
I did not get it, but I did not realize my hunger was getting down that low. Okay. Oh, it just did the half liter. Oops. Okay. So now, hopefully that's enough food.
Never been so hungry in my life.
You said that just a few minutes ago, McKin. Oh, I thought I ate the rabbit. My mistake. There we go. Okay, 35 minutes on that. Let's get the hide out of this guy. Oh, hold up. Before I do that, I had a feeling. There. Now, let's start this. Now we can get the hide. Yeah, that would have been bad. I've had that happen so many times now because I'm just not used to doing this. Okay, that almost burned. Oh. Let's drop that. I am good on water now. We're going to pick this up. I don't think I have anything else to cook other than coffee and some tea. You know what? Let's take this opportunity and let's a couple books. Let's get these coffees cooked. Anything I could be crafting? No. Anything I could be repairing? No. Okay. And there. There. Do I still have a can? I do not, but I did. Where's my skillet? There it is. Okay. So it is now time to harvest the guts out of this guy. I'm gonna take 40. Get a little bit of drink. We are dead tired. I'm not worried about one more can. Okay. There, I think if I make my way down, I could get me something and have some more food. I may not get well fed, but that's okay. A blizzard, how awesome.
I could eat anything.
I did not expect this stupid blizzard. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, if I'm going to take some hunger damage here. Oh, it's frozen? Okay. You know what? Let's sleep for 2 hours. And let's see if we can make the blizzard go away. Sounds like we did.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Okay, so I got everything. Let's reload our rifle. So, carcass is frozen. Can't do anything with it. And it took me a bit to understand how that is. Because
Die if I don't get some food soon.
I'm not freezing. But then I remembered in Misery, when you enter Thompson's Crossing in the community hall, just because you're inside that building, you could still be freezing and losing body heat, losing your temperature, because it is so cold. And unless you have decent enough clothing, you're not going to warm up. If you watch the Misery playthrough, you'll realize that I was actually, I didn't realize it until it was too late, and I was crafting myself a set of the hand wraps or repairing a shirt or something. And even though I was inside, I was still freezing to death. Okay. That wolf followed me up here last night. I don't know if it's still here. I'm not seeing it. I see deer and rabbits down there frolicking in their little meadow. Okay, nothing. there's the unloading area. The train car should be down here. The camp office is just this way.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Let's get over here and maybe try to call it a day. If I can get another ptarmigan from over here, because they are often spawning just outside camp office. That would be great. I think if a wolf tries to come at me, no, I'm starting to get too cold. I'll start shaking, and I don't want to have that cause me to miss. Okay, let's run
Die
back.
if I don't warm up soon.
But let's see what I can do. I may... How heavy am I? Just a little. Let's see if I can bag another rabbit before I end it. That way I have 2 pelts and 2 guts. Okay, I got it. Now that deer is new. Okay, got me another rabbit. Okay. Rifle up, at the ready. I am very smelly, so I'm attracting every wolf within 100 miles. So where are they? Honestly, at this point, I might not say no to a wolf coming at me. Because a wolf pelt and a couple of wolf steaks on the fire would not be a bad idea. There's a deer right outside camp office. Oh my. Ptarmigans? Any? I would love ptarmigans. Honestly, I'd take ptarmigans right now over the deer because I don't have to wait for feathers to be useful. Nothing. Can I take the deer down in one shot? What do y'all think? Frostbite. Not good. He's gonna turn. Oh, he's coming right at me. One shot. Release your brass. But I don't have a way to harvest him. I cannot harvest intact carcass with my bare hands. So I just wasted a rifle bullet for that. I keep forgetting that fact. Okay, so I killed him.
Some gear.
Oh, let's go. A bedroll. Like I said, there might be more here. I just couldn't find it. Oh, this is the newsletter. As discussed at our last meeting, we're pleased with how many volunteers have stepped up to host a radio for our new emergency network plan. As of tomorrow, we'll have civilian broadcast capability from nearly every community on Great Bear. We're confident this will give us good coverage for enabling two-way emergency transmission from the coast all the way to the far territory. If you're near one of these locations and would like to volunteer for a shift monitoring the radios, please see the Corps officer in your locale about signing up. With tremors increasing, building a durable radio network could make all the difference when the big one hits. With gratitude, Jen Whitney, Executive Officer. That's talking about the trader here. And then there's this flyer. Wilderness Safety Guide. You may hear a cougar before you see it. Watch for fresh kills. A cougar may be near. Leave its territory to reduce the risk of attack. I am going to leave it because I like the way it looks. And once you take it, you can't put it back. Okay, more rifle ammo. Okay, real quick, let's drop that carcass, drop that gut, drop that carcass. no more decoys. Let's drop that hide. We have a pot now, most likely here. Yep, there it is, but I already have one. Spray paint, I'll take it. I will be doing some potato cooking, and I got some soups. Let's get through all these. So now we're good. We're going to loot camp office. I haven't been able to do that yet. We are warming up. Okay, whetstone, and over here is a hook. So if I could somehow find a pry bar, I will be able to do a little bit of fishing. Anything? And I prefer this frame to be standing. The farmstead over in Pleasant Valley. Okay, hypothermia. Frostbite will come down, and I am going to repair that bedroll. Nothing. What shoes am I wearing? They're at 68.
I could use this.
I'll take those. Let's put those here. Got some ketchup chips. Okay, so let's stave off the starvation now. Got some film. Got some broth. There we go. Beansy and I came up this way in the summers when we were not neat goofy kids. We fished and played with swords made out of sticks, wove leaky baskets from the reeds. You could row across the lake, those little cabins at the far end, where the tourists came and fished, hunted the deer, and had their parties. We stood behind the counter and watched Dad welcome them. Looked at the guest book and read the names. When the summer was nearing its end and the cattails turned to fluff, we blew our wishes to the sky, always to come back. Always. Okay. The hockey jersey.
I think I can use this.
Hold up. Is that a... Let me repair it. If it's more than the thin wool sweater, then no. It is the thin wool sweater. So that's like a... Yeah. I'm going to count that as usable. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's wear the thin wool sweater underneath. Wear the hockey jersey on the outside. We'll worry about repairing more stuff a little bit later. Now, someone tell me if using the hockey jersey on an interloper style difficulty is wrong. There, clean up my camp office here. I'd like to push in my chair. Straighten out my rug. Okay, so there we are. Oh, we are very heavy. I haven't checked these yet. Now, why am I so heavy? Okay, let's first of all go to clothing. What am I carrying? That? Oh, I must be carrying an awful lot of firewood. I am. Let's drop that. Let's put our literature.
That guy who drank his own pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Okay, we're going to do this. Any excess firewood? No. Let's do this. This will take 10 minutes just to get it out of my inventory. Okay, I got 2 cans of tomato soup and several potatoes. Okay, now I can harvest that guy. Let's break this down for more cloth. Okay, I believe I have now looted
I
everything.
need to eat soon.
Yes, I have now looted everything. There, get that out of my way. Clear off my table space. Okay, so we are good. Oh, did I check this? I did not.
What have we here?
Now, let's put some of my excess first aid stuff in here. I don't need this. I'll carry the 2 stems. I'm good. Okay, so there's everything. Okay, lots of tin cans. So let's take this guy up. Let's get a few things going, and it is almost bedtime. Start a fire. We're going to use a book to start a fire. We're going to get some water going to set up our little base area here. Get these rabbits and ptarmigans fully harvested.
Come on.
And that will probably be it. I'm going to repair this bedroll because I don't like it being at 24%. Got 2 hours of fire here. There. Water. Water. There. I want the rabbit. Frostbite risk has been healed. There is that.
Food.
Oh. Yep. There, we're going to open up these soups so they can get cooked. Having that can opener is really nice. Okay, got some tomato soup. Gonna eat up our soups. Where's that little one? That little morsel. Cook that. Now for the hide. Get this going, and we will be having a good start. Okay, do I have any more to cook? I do. let's cook up some of these potatoes because they are useless without being cooked.
Too heavy.
Hour, okay. Get the gut, and we'll be good to go on this rabbit. Now it's just that ptarmigan that's down there. Those things take forever. Potatoes, sadly, do not give you a whole lot of calories. They are better than nothing. Okay. I have 3 more potatoes to cook. Warming up. How long would it take for me to repair my bedroll? 45 minutes. That's perfect. I don't... Oh my gosh, no. Hopefully I can do this in time before my fire goes out. There we go. Okay, cook potato. Okay, we're good. How much time do I got on this thing? 1 hour and 22. Let's make a liter of water. And now let's try repairing this again. Jiminy Christmas. And every time I fail the repair, I burn 2 cloth. Let's eat up these potatoes. Drink up.
Too much stuff to carry.
Okay. Found Vaughn's rifle in the dam and a couple lanterns. Also found matches and a Firestriker. I won't be cold anymore. Now, I just need to keep food on hand. I really need a hacksaw or knife to harvest my kills. I think it's time to go to the muskeg, the old Spence farm still has that forge. Okay, so that it will be our game plan. Let's go to notes. To do. Go to muskeg and forge. Need hacksaw, pry bar, knife, and hatchet. Need ammo. There we go. That will be our game plan. Let's get some sleep. it is early morning where we will leave off here, survivors. There we go, staring out the window. Thank you, survivors, for hanging out with me. Thank you for, if you made it this far, then you know I actually did not die this time. Hopefully we can keep this run going. I have bagged a deer, but forgot I have no way of harvesting it right now. So I do think, before we really do the next episode, check Mystery Lake Bunker. That way we can check that bunker. If it is by a long shot the hunter's bunker, we'll find the hunter's revolver in there. And I've got a lot of revolver ammo, so that will help make things a lot easier. But thank you again, survivors. Don't forget, if you want to catch up on Wintermute before episode 5 comes out next week, be sure to check out my Wintermute series. And if you want to see what it is like living full-time in an RV, check out Rolling Rhapsody. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, this is Izax signing off, saying, God bless.